Good morning, dear students. Today I am going to continue the discussion of characterization in As You Like It. In this session, we'll get to know about very important characters in As You Like It. The very first important character in this play is Rosalind, the most magnificent of Shakespeare's heroines, and she herself leads many actions in the play. And she is unmatched in beauty, and Orlando views that she has Helen's cheek, Cleopatra's majesty, Atlanta's better part, Lucretia's modesty. See, these comparisons show that she is the most beautiful woman on earth. And even Phoebe appreciates his charm and grace when Rosalind was disguised as a man named Ganymede. And her love for Celia is really unconditional. Uh, she she is known for her sisterly love for Celia also. And they have no secrecy between them. Rosalind and Celia uh, lived like own sisters. And she bears her suffering with magnificent patience. And this is another important trait of Rosalind's character. She is very courageous and confident because even in the forest of Arden, she endures all her misfortunes after her banishment. And she is totally changed in the forest of Arden because her true traits of courage, confidence mm, are tested in the adversities of Forest of Arden. She feels guilty in the forest and pines for her love for Orlando. She feels lonely because she had fallen in love with Orlando and she was pining for her lover in the Forest of Arden. And very sympathetic towards all and unites all lovers by her wit and intelligence at the end of the play, and she herself put a fitting end or a very happy end to the play at the end by disclosing her identity, real identity. Her role in the play is major because she unfolds mystery and makes all happy, and at last she speaks epilogue at the end. And she's another important character or trait of this character is that she is very tender, gentle, spirited, vivacious, and witty. On the whole, this character is really one of the most beautiful creations of William Shakespeare because she is the heroine of this play and she herself is the lead role in the play. Okay. Let us move on to the next character, that is Celia. She is also fair, an excellent lady, as called by Orlando. She is sweet, gentle, serious, and majestic girl, a bit shorter than Rosalind. That is why Rosalind decided to dress as a man, disguise as a man, and Celia as a country maid. And sisterly love for Rosalind is really commendable because after banishment of Rosalind, Celia wishes to accompany her in her distress, in her disappointment, in her frustration. And their love is dearer than the natural bonds of sisters, as said by Lee Bew. This is very important statement, which proves that their love for their sisterly love is really praiseworthy. That is why he says it is dearer than the natural bonds of sisters. And her selfless, unselfish loyalty towards Rosalind is really a great thing about Celia. She never thought selfishly and she never left Rosalind in her uh, in her difficult times or in her adversities. And she stands quite contrast to her father's wickedness. Hmm? When Rosalind was banished by her father, Celia protests and she pleads, hmm, to show mercy upon Rosalind. This shows that her character is quite contrasting to her father's wickedness. And in the end, in the Forest of Arden, she falls in love with Oliver and marries him at the end. Now, let us know about another character, Phoebe. She is a typical country maid, and she loves Rosalind in disguise as Ganymede, as he was attracted by her charm and wit. Though Sylvius loved her, Phoebe hates Sylvius because she didn't love him. And Ganymede made her change her attitude towards Sylvius. Ganymede, uh, though he was in love with Orlando, uh, he did not disclose his identity that she is a woman in the beginning. And Phoebe begins to love Sylvius after Ganymede's rejection and advice. At last, she changed her mind and realizes the true love of Sylvius and begin to love her. And Ganymede's reply that he didn't love Phoebe, and Ganymede also urged Phoebe to love Sylvius, as he is a very good man. And this really made her change her mind and show love towards Sylvius. Now, another important character in this play is Sylvius. Sylvius is lovesick for Phoebe, though she hated him all the time. He is very simple, gentle, true in his love for Phoebe, and Ganymede assured him that Phoebe will accept his proposal one day. After Ganymede's rejection of Phoebe's love proposal, Phoebe begins to love Sylvius. So this is another change that happens in the play. Ganymede rejected of Phoebe's love proposal as he is a woman. It's not a man. But Rosalind is dressed as a man, but she is not. But he is not a woman. So she is not a man. That is why Phoebe begins to love Sylvius, because Ganymede rejected Phoebe's love proposal. And Sylvius succeeds in his love when Rosalind discloses her identity. in the end, Rosalind, Ganymede discloses his identity that she is Rosalind, none other than. And at last, in the climax scene, Rosalind is seen in a real feminine attire, and even she makes fun of Phoebe, saying that I cannot marry Phoebe as I'm a woman. Sylvius marries Phoebe with other couples. At last, Sylvius, though he pined for his love for Phoebe all through the play, in the end he is relieved of his pining and gets married to Phoebe. Okay. Now let us know another character, that's Audrey. Audrey is a simple, rustic, innocent, ignorant maid, ill-favored maid in the sense, her true love. She is actually truly in love with Touchstone. She falls in love with Touchstone because she is attracted by his wit, and she casts off readily her own lover William and succumbs to Touchstone's intelligence. Actually, William loved her truly, but she was attracted by Touchstone's intelligence and wit, and fell in love with him. Compared to Touchstone, in honesty and virtue, she is superior to him, because Touchstone loved her because of physical attraction, not truly or honestly. And I'm not fair, and therefore I pray the gods make me honest. This is wonderful quote by Audrey when she says this. And her love is sincere compared to Touchstone. At last he marries Touchstone, believing it would bring enormous happiness to her. Another important character in the play is Adam, the faithful servant. Very faithful and loyal servant from Roland E. Boy's times till his own son Orlando's time. Though he's more than 60 years of age, he is still faithful to Orlando. He didn't favor Oliver, instead favors virtuous Orlando by helping him after banishment to escape with 500 crowns he had saved for his old age. This is really greatness of Adam. Even though he had saved money for his old age, he gave away that money to Orlando to escape from the attack of Oliver and Duke Frederick. At the Even at the old age, he begs to accompany Orlando in his journey in order to serve him. And this good man lived his life by all virtues. He is relic of ancient feudal time. Uh, Let us know about another character, Jax. He is also a faithful lord to Duke Senior, but in the play he is shown as a melancholic man. He likes loneliness all the times, also wants others to miss him and ooze his company. And he feels pity for the death of a Dee. His contemplative nature is really commendable. And he even complains Duke Senior for depriving of the natural habitat to the Dee. He is critical of everything he perceives in the play, and he enjoys melancholy and wants to cleanse the world of its evils. And he always thinks about misery, injustice, and tyranny. And he's an observer, not an actor, in the play. And he chooses to go to transform Duke Frederick at the end. And his fondness for Touchstone, as he admits that he's a fool. These are the important traits of the character of Jax. Okay, this is all about uh, other important characters in this session. Hope I tried my best to summarize the traits of the important characters in the play. Thank you.